Two of the hottest 4A boys basketball teams in the state square off tonight in Hamilton County as the 12-1 Plainfield Quakers, fresh off winning the Hendricks County tournament last Saturday night, take on the 9-0 Carmel Greyhounds, one of 5 remaining undefeateds in Class 4A. It's the Quakers and the Greyhounds tonight on My Indy TV. Tonight's game is brought to us by Banks and Brower. For every hour, there's Banks and Brower. By Galitco and Daly. They go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By LD Smith Plumbing, the big dogs of plumbing. By Nathan Begley of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's insurance together. By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check them out at unrnkd.com. And by Wabash College. Schedule your visit today online at wabash.edu. Alongside the Hall of Famer Pete Smith, Rob Brown with you tonight. A great crowd filing into the bowl here at the Eric Clark Activity Center on the campus of Carmel High School. And boy, do we have a doozy for you tonight. Not a hyperbolic statement to say we've got the best game in the state of Indiana tonight as number 3 Carmel takes on number 7 Plainfield, and what the Hall of Famer Marty Brenneman used to call a good old good one. Plainfield 12-1, Carmel 9-0, and Pete, you and I, ever since we signed off last Saturday night in the Hendricks County Tournament at Danville, you and I have been buzzing with anticipation and talking about this game tonight.
I have been, Rob. This is an outstanding game because they're two teams that share the basketball very well. They have stars, marquee players, and they really play good defense. So I'm really excited about how this one matches up. And as I told our outstanding crew this week when we were doing some stuff, hopefully it lives up to its billing because it should be a great basketball game.
Well, you mentioned defense, but both of these teams really clicking right now offensively. Plainfield, top 10 in the state. That's all classes in scoring. Come into tonight's play 9th in the state in scoring at 71.7 per game. Quakers have topped at least 60 points in all 13 games. Meanwhile, Carmel averaging just under 63 points a game. You might say, well, Rob, that's not a lot. But this is Carmel we're talking about that likes to play very deliberate. But Pete, the Cathedral transfer, the junior point guard Cash Daniels, he has changed all of that.
And their defense starts their offense. That's why you're looking at both the 71.7 average for Plainfield, 62.8 for the Greyhounds. They get a lot of baskets, and that's going to be one of our keys when we talk to you a little bit later. But to that point, Cash Daniels has made a great impact on this Carmel team. He had big shoes to fill, and Alex Couto graduated, is now at Oral Roberts University playing. But that being said, he has come in and pushed the tempo up, and I think almost like Coach Osborne, Ryan Osborne, has trusted him with his Corvette. Here's the keys.
Here's the keys.
And right now, 9-0, and some polls number 2, some polls number 1, some polls number 3. I think it's working out pretty well. Rev.
Pete mentioned keys. Let's transition right now into Pete's keys to the game.
Well, I think outside shooting is going to be really key. I said in the opening just a few minutes ago, they shoot the ball very well because they share the ball. But my gosh, Carmel's coming off a game they shot 14-25 from three-point line against a Westfield Shamrock team that really, really defends. So, outside shooting I think is a big key, three-point shooting. Second, who wins the 50-50 battles and gets to the free throw lines because they're getting the 50-50 balls. Basically who can stop penetration without fouling. Third thing, rebounding battle. We're going to talk about the lineups here in a little bit, but normally the Greyhounds, Evan Harrell, along with Aiden Dickerson, have controlled the boards in their first 9 wins. Those two guys are both outstanding rebounders. Dickerson's out tonight with an ankle injury, so Noah Smith will need his teammates to get up and probably, if not beat them on the boards, at least equal the Greyhounds on the board. So that's going to be really big.
Both of these teams are not high-volume three-point shooting teams. One number you look at from an analytics standpoint is what percent of a team's shots come from behind the line, and both of these teams right at about 37% of their field goal attempts. That's not an inordinate number. I'd say that's kind of in the average range of their shot attempts come from three-point territory. But both of these teams, as a unit, shoot just under 40%. That's a pretty good team percentage when you've got a high school team, in Plainfield's case, shooting 38%, Carmel's case shooting 39% as a team. High school team shooting 3-point percentage.
Yeah, and that game against Westfield really pumped Carmel's percentage up by shooting 56% from three. So, yeah, but they've both got inside great players too. We're going to talk about Noah Smith, obviously. We're going to talk about Evan Harrow. I mentioned him already. They can score inside and out, and they're key contributors. You know, they're starting five, and both teams have 2 or 3 guys that come off the bench that really make impacts. A lot of people, you have to be careful when they come on the floor. You got to guard them. You got to find them.
Well, these are 2 veteran teams. Of the 10 starters who will begin the game tonight, 8 seniors and 2 juniors will begin tonight's game. So these are 2 veteran ball clubs, 2 top 10 teams. We mentioned Carmel number 3, Plainfield number 7. That's in the 4A poll. Carmel is number 3 in the coaches poll. Plainfield number 6. That's all classes 1 to 20.
But let's go to real quick Sagarin. Plainfield's number 2 in the state in Sagarin, 2 in 4A, and Carmel is 5th overall and 4th in 2A. So a lot of different polls out there.
Bottom line, these are 2 quality clubs, and as we head to break, our first and only break here in the pregame show, I will quote the Hall of Fame football coach, Marv Levy, where would you rather be than right here, right now? Where else would you rather be? We are happy that you're here with us. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip for this one, Carmel and Plainfield, next on My Indy TV.
Being a Division III athlete, I can be an athlete and still have very strong academics, especially here at Wabash.
Professors here are super supportive of the athletic work that we do. That's a really great way that Wabash supports its student athletes.
I love being a Division III athlete. I have a tremendous amount of work being a biochemistry major, and I can still flip the switch, go to practice, play the sport that I love, and you can do both.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey & Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Yeah, whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the IC Sports Network.
Now the Carmel Pep Band under the direction of Chris Creaky. Always great when the band is here. The bowl here continuing to fill in. We got a great crowd here tonight.
They
you
are
can see
coming
from
in.
our wide shot.
Yeah, I can see some of the entrances still having people walking in. Very, very cool. Beautiful night, like you said. Where else would you want to be? Glad you're here with us on ISC and on MyIndyTV 23. But, man, come out to a game Friday and Saturday nights, particularly Friday nights. Those are exciting games. Saturday nights, you got a lot going on, but come support your local high school basketball team. It's the best money you can spend.
Let's take a look at the Plainfield starters being introduced by our PA announcer, Aaron Pittman. 4 seniors and a junior for this Plainfield 5. Harper Baker Lands, one of 2 double-figure scorers, averaging just under 17 points per game. There's the leading scorer, Noah Smith, bound for DePaul next year, averaging just over 20 points per game and 8 rebounds and change. Virtually a lock for the Indiana All-Star team here in the springtime.
Well, and probably Baker Land's probably locked for the junior All-Star team.
I would concur.
Having a great season, but how about, coming off that champion, took them, 17 years? First county title Plainfield's had in 17
Since
years.
2009, they captured that last Saturday night with a win over Brownsburg, 74-49. Pete mentioned Carmel's three-point shooting last weekend in the win over Westfield. Plainfield was 12 out of 22 from the three-point line. Now the Carmel starters, Aiden Dickerson will miss his 3rd straight game with a sprained ankle, so a little bit of a tweak. We'll talk about that in a second. Cash Daniels, one of 2 double-figure scorers, the point guard, the Cathedral transfer, averaging 15 points per game. Daniels is the lone non-senior in the starting 5 for the Greyhounds. Jamichael Fountain will get the start in place of Dickerson. Fountain really a spark plug off the bench.
He has been. They like to use him off the bench, but he has to start tonight. Just recently committed to play at Manchester University next year for Ryan Nowicki, former Hanover great and Guerin Catholic basketball great. Lives right here in Westfield when he was growing up. So, yeah, an outstanding starting lineup. And Evan Harrell's the last one you see. 6'8", headed to Bellarmine University next year, committed to them. Really having a great senior year. And I said he's been controlling the rebounds. He and Dickerson, no Dickerson tonight. So we'll see if Julian Vogt can pick it up. He's 6'6", but normally he's more of a wing player. He's going to have to get in there and rebound.
Harrell's the leading scorer for this Carmel team, averaging 17 points per game and 8 rebounds and change. Great officiating crew tonight. Rob Wan's the crew chief, he of the TikTok fame, working alongside Pick Russell and Jace Warwick. We're set, ready to go. Carmel in the home whites wins the tap. Greyhounds uniforms in the script, gold Carmel and numerals trimmed in navy royal blue. In deep, Cash Daniels travels.
Yeah. Interesting, though, they tried to post him up right away on the smaller Barton. But Trey Barton at 5'8". Not too many guys that normally Cash Daniels posts up at 5'10", but the first play was an isolation for Cash, and he traveled on the little bunny hop.
Plainfield in the road reds. White lettering and numerals trimmed in navy blue. Smith going one-on-one against Terrell. Landon Gilliatt's the point guard. And Gilliatt steps out of bounds.
So typically in a big game like this, each team with a turnover just out of the bat, or just out of the gate here as they try to get started, off the bat I should say.
And the crowds are still filing in, and we're standing here at the top of the facility.
Well, parking isn't the easiest here. If you're not here early, it's going to be like the Monday night championship game. You better be there early with all the security, with the president probably coming in. And we've got our second turnover.
Another turnover. That pass goes into the Plainfield bench.
So can I be proud of that? I said both teams played really good defense. I mean, you pushed the defense out so far. You just made a 35-foot pass out of bounds. So
pass does not have a high completion percentage. 1 minute in, we're scoreless. Swafford with it. Swafford had a big game on Saturday night with 12 points.
Including one of the most impressive dunks I've seen, but so did Cash Daniels at Westfield. They both had impressive dunks.
Swafford's 12 points on Saturday were a new career high. Smith, no space to drive. Baker Lands is an effective three-point shooter, and on cue, knocks one in.
They almost switched, but Evan Harrell switched back Vogt couldn't get there in time. Good shot there by Baker Lands. He continues to stay hot.
There's the match by Vogt out top. Vogt, the leading three-point marksman for the Greyhounds. That's his team best 18th triple. We're tied at 3.
You see Smith 6'8", but he doesn't play inside unless it's a designated play, and that's why. Good pull up there by Noah Smith.
Smith is shooting it so well right now. When he has time to measure an elbow jumper, you're almost surprised when it doesn't go in.
Agreed.
Daniels, so quick on that first step. Over to Bremer. Vogt wants one from the Greyhound collar and throws it in.
You know, we did an earlier game here. He wasn't starting at the time. He started the last 3 or 4 games. And he's been a good rotation here. They went earlier in the year with the Nover boy, Vincent Nover, who's the 6'3" junior. And Vogt really has responded well.
That's Harrell's foul, his first. Landon Gilliott goes to the line for 2.
How good a playmaker is this kid? Averages almost 7 assists a game and can shoot it when left open.
Gilliott bound for St. Francis next year. That game that you and I did on Saturday, Pete, Gilliott had 8 assists and no turnovers. That's the 4th time this year that Gilliott has had at least 5 assists in a game and no turnovers.
Yeah, he's really efficient, Rob. You're absolutely right. Just token man-to-man pressure defense. Both teams are known for their half-court defense. They play hard. They communicate typically well. And they don't take too many bad shots.
Daniels. Tough catch by Harrell on the baseline. Kick out to Bremer for a 3. Back tap to Vogt, keeps the possession alive, but Vogt lost the handle. Now Gilliott with a hook pass to Swafford in transition. Got it.
Just an outstanding no-look pass. Again, Gilliott does a great job with that. I feel like we just did this. We just have seen this team because
we've seen this movie.
They played in that championship game over at Danville High School last week in the Hendricks County, and man, they're starting right off after that initial turnover.
Gilliott can throw those passes, though, because he knows where his teammates are going to be. They've played together for so long as seniors.
3rd turnover for the Greyhounds, unforced there. It's a little sloppy. Just a little.
Baker Lands tees in another one. That's the 3rd 3 of the game for the Quakers in a 30-second timeout called by Carmel. With 4:32 to go in the first quarter, we'll keep it right here. Tonight's ball game brought to us by Nathan Begley of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, a dedicated Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent like Nathan Begley to help guide you through the insurance process. You'll never have to go it alone. Talk to Nathan in person, online, or over the phone at 317-507-7871, or stop by his office at 9821 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Nathan Begley and Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's insurance together.
I owe Tory Rodkey an apology, as you just saw him come out of the huddle. He's the varsity assistant for Coach Weaver. Played at Rossville High School, which is close to Frankfort, but last week in the broadcast I said he was
same
a hot
county,
dog.
Clinton County.
And that probably drove him crazy. He probably was burning in his stomach, but outstanding Rossville Hornet in his day, and I got to coach him at a camp when he was in high school, so makes me feel real old. And he's also the athletic director for Plainfield.
He is. Fountain with a nice drive and knock in off the window. That stops an 8-0 Plainfield burst.
Well, he made a really good, he cleared space very well with that shoulder without doing it too hard that it's an offensive foul.
Fountain will be relied upon more for heavy minutes. Well, with Aiden Dickerson out with his 3rd straight game due to an ankle injury. Smith for 3. It's good. 4th 3 of the game by a 3rd player for the Quakers. And the lead is 8.
Just so silky smooth right now. He's just playing such a high level, Noah Smith.
Daniels leaves his feet. Ball around the horn. Fountain to Bremer up top. Got it.
Great possession. They had a good shot, then they had a better shot. They passed up the better shot to get the best shot, and that was for Ben Bremer, the 6'1" senior. Was three-point shooting one of our keys?
I think it was.
I think it was your idea to put that on there. Three-point shoot, number one key in this game, and they're all taking great shots and making them.
Smith wants one. That a little off target due to the contest of Harrell.
I think with the more meat on Smith, that's why he looks a little bit bigger than Evan Harrell, but Evan is 6'8". I've been around him a lot. Nice.
Oh, back cut by Bremer. Harrell waited for that to develop and got Bremer an easy basket.
Well, and there's no help side defense because they were over here on Julian Vogt over here, making sure he wasn't going to get a skip pass there. So well executed, well designed by the Greyhounds.
Gilliott surveys, killed the dribble in a tough spot. Hook pass to Barton is out of Barton's reach and out of bounds.
Only second turnover for the Quakers. One on their first possession, one right there. You know, both teams are flowing so well. I mentioned about substitution policies, but right now, or procedures, right now, there's no need to sub. Both teams are playing at a high level. Just 5 turnovers so far in the game. That's it.
Daniels swings it around, gets it back. Daniels can't get free from Barton, who can match Daniels with quickness.
Yeah,
Barton shadowing Daniels all over the floor.
He's a great ball defender.
Bremer's left alone. Couldn't get the home court roll, and Smith wins the battle of the rebound with Harrell. Gilliott settles down out by the timeline. And Bremer up a little too tight. Picks up the foul, his first, team's second.
Team's second, yeah.
1:44 left in the quarter. High level of play as we expected in the early going. Fountain up tight on Swafford.
I mean, Carmel is playing suffocating defense these last couple of possessions.
Fountain came down to dig on the double. Baker lands, takes it into traffic. A lot of hands poking at the basketball, and Bremer comes away. Fountain in a foot race over the front of the rim. Fountain took a tough angle to the bucket, but rewarded.
Great defensive segment by the Greyhounds to make that steal. Baker Lands likes to, if anyone's got a little itchy finger, and it's because he makes a lot of shots, he will force things. That's back-to-back turnovers, and that is 4 now for the Quakers.
Isaac Stead, the first substitute into the game.
They're wearing number 23. He's a 6'2" senior for Plainfield. Usually plays that 6-man role. Just kind of does all the dirty grunt work that needs to be done.
Harrell backing out of the double. Fountain 3 for the lead. Got it.
Got 7 now, Jamichael Fountain.
So a 10-0 Carmel run to respond to an 8-0 Plainfield run that occurred earlier in the quarter. Final 30 of the first. Quakers with the basketball, down 2. Gilliott trying to get free from Bremer.
Carmel's got a foul to give too if they want to use it before a shot attempt gets up.
Gilliott down the baseline, drew a shooting foul. Gilliott so crafty with the basketball, especially in traffic.
Yeah, he's sharp. He understands a good shot. He understands where the clock was that time. And though he really is a pass-first guard, that time he knew with 6 seconds to go, I got to get to the rim. I'm stronger than he is, and he did, and he got to the basket.
Bremer picks up his second foul. Substitute waiting at the table to get Bremer out of the game before he can collect his third.
Adler Cole comes in. His dad used to be the JV coach here at Carmel High School.
Cole, a 6'3" junior. First sub into the game for the Hounds. Second free throw by Gilliott ties the game. Logan Fairs is on.
6'1" senior. They have one more Quaker that will usually come in. 4 seconds to go. They're going to give a foul or not. Barton did.
First foul of the game on Plainfield, so Quakers had all sorts of fouls to give.
Just an interesting stat right now. You see Cole Daniels is going to get this inbounds pass. Barton's probably not going to deny it. He's got 26 points. He's coming off a game of 26 and hasn't got a shot off yet because he doesn't force things.
Daniels, a long rainbow is over the rim, and that'll do it. So we're all knotted up at 18 in a very entertaining first quarter of play. Plainfield 18, Carmel 18. 8 minutes in the books. Second quarter's around the bend next. Right after this, you're watching Indiana High School basketball on Miami TV and the ISC Sports Network.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
All tied up at 18 here at Carmel in front of a great crowd checking out this one. Rob Brown alongside Pete Smith. Jermichael Fountain has 7 to pace the Greyhounds. Harper Baker lands with 6. For Plainfield, Quakers have the basketball to start the second quarter. I'll set the lineups for you when we get the opportunity. Trey Barton, Landon Gilliott, and a steal by Evan Harrell.
5th turnover for Plainfield.
Harrell gets it back and a finish and a foul. Harrell with the steal and then ran ahead. Cash Daniels found Harrell for the dunk and the harm. Take another look.
Well, that's a great look, don't get me wrong, but his steal made that break. He did a great job. He got through the back pick on the defensive play. Once he knocked the ball out and gave it up to his guard, he ran the floor. Real quick, we have substitution coming in now. Here comes Vincent Nover, 6'3" junior coming in. Father, or the son of former IU basketball player Matt Nover. Also played for the Western Dolphins.
He did play for the Western
movie
Dolphins.
Blue Chips.
The three-point play, first points of the night for Evan Harrell.
Run and jump, full court. Still got it if Cash Daniels wants it. Gave it up, okay.
So Landon Gilliott, Trey Barton, Harper Baker Lance, Noah Smith, and Isaac Stead, the 5 on the floor for Plainfield. Baker Lands went to twist it, put it in. Stead's putback's no good. And Jermichael Fountain has the rebound. Fountain out there with Cash Daniels, Julian Vogt, Evan Harrell, and Vince Nover. Vogt wanted a long 3, but Gilliott cleared out.
Good basket
Nover on the
cut.
back cut, couldn't get the layup.
Good execution, though. No help side there. And regretfully for the Greyhound fans, Vogt, I think that was a little bit of frustration foul because he missed the layup and he really chased the ball there. But really good play there. They brought everybody high on the free throw line, and then after the circle cut, the basket cut I call it, was wide open, just couldn't make the basket.
Swafford's back in for for Stead rather. And Cole returns for the Greyhounds.
Quick break for Michael Fountain, but boy, Jermichael had a great first quarter with 7 points.
Yeah, 7 points in the first quarter for Fountain.
See if Chase Swafford gets involved here a little bit. He's coming off a great Holly tournament game. He's got the ball right there.
Career high 12 for Swafford in that Hendricks County tournament final.
Deep.
Long 3 by Gilliott. One-hand rebound by Smith. Too strong off the back of the rim, and Harrell clears.
Didn't quite find it. He didn't finish the shot. He kind of thought he had it made and started to run back, and just that little bit couldn't connect. Traveled. Yeah.
Yeah, Daniels again got himself in a tough spot. Second time that Daniels has driven into the teeth of the defense and picked up the dribble and shuffled the feet.
Fourth Greyhound turnover unofficially. Just took a look at Coach Ryan Osborne. We're going to talk about his staff a little bit later tonight. Both staffs, actually. Straight man-to-man, both teams in the half court.
Lands catch and shoot on the turnaround coming off the screen. Vogt down to Harrell. Dribble handoff to Daniels. Daniels weaving, looking for space that is yet to materialize. Nova into the lane. Turnaround shot short. Good box out by Swafford.
Yeah, really good defense by Chase Swafford. Didn't go for the head fake.
Plainfield still looking for his first points in this second quarter. Baker Lands turns the corner on Vogt. Vogt blocked the shot, but a foul called.
I think he got the back guy, which is Nova. Let's take a look here. Nice drive.
They call Cole on the reach there, coming across on the help.
I'm sorry, it was Cole, yeah. Cole. I didn't catch the number, but I knew it wasn't going to be Vogt that time. So Harper Baker Lands has missed his last few shots. He's an aggressive player, takes it to the rim. He already has 2 3-point baskets made, but a really good stroke as he connects on the first. And here comes the final. Well, no, Seabank hadn't been in here yet, has he? Seabank hadn't been here, but Ferris comes back in.
Yeah, Ferris is back in. Yeah, Sabank waits at the table. Sabank is the quarterback on the football team. Baker Lands knocks in the free throw, and now we'll get a look at Bryce Sabank, the junior, 6'3" junior. Quarterback on Plainfield's football team, threw for almost 1,800 yards and 20 touchdowns for the Quakers in the fall. 21-20 our score. Carmel up 3. Cole in the corner to Nova. Daniels can't seem to get loose from Barton.
No, Barton really played great ball defense. Thought that last week, too. He minimized Addison, the young man from Brownsburg, greatly last week.
Daniels driving kick to Cole. Back to Daniels.
See the clapping by the appreciative Quaker fans that made the trip.
Cole back to Daniels. Clean look for
Short.
Daniels in the corner. Long rebound, Karams. Loose on the floor. Barton sliding, and Smith first to pick up. Barton running the point with Gilliatt getting a blow. Smith. Quakers need Smith to get involved here.
Carmel's playing really good defense. They tried it the one play, and Harrell made the steal on the block. But they are patient. It's not like they're holding the ball. It's just Carmel is not giving them many open looks.
Swafford finds a lane. Too strong off the board. That's a good look.
That was a great look. Just right when it left his hand, just had a little bit of side spin. I think that caused a labor turnover.
Barton knocked it free. Smith wants to go all the way, and finger roll up and in. Smith saw that Daniels was the only player back, and Smith, with almost a foot size advantage, finishes over Daniels for the bucket. Quakers are back on top. Pace has really slowed in this quarter. Cole's 3 is too strong, but Vogt has the carom.
Good choice there when you had Smith on the help side defense to block the shot.
Cole missed the shot, didn't have a good angle. And Barton slows it up. Swafford.
This is just their open offense right now. A lot of looking for cuts to the basket and moving on the perimeter.
Carmel has numbers if they push, and Daniels fouled by Barton at the foul line. That's 2 on Barton, who has really been the driving force for Plainfield's perimeter defense.
He was coming out anyway. Harper Baker Lance was coming in for him, but still 2 fouls. He picked up the one. He gave a foul right at the end of the first quarter. He was just the guy that was closest to the Cash Daniels, so he had to foul him. That one was a tough one there.
Vogt tripled.
Fade away.
And shoots the fade. Fountain has returned for Carmel. Smith will bring it up himself. Kills the dribble. Quakers go over to Baker Lands. Played by the smaller Daniels. Baker Lands wants a clear out. Fair's in the corner. Over to Baker Lands.
Smith's going to get it here.
Trying to fee up Smith for a shot straight away. Smith undeterred by the contest of Harrell.
I think there's a little contact there too, but he played through the contact. Big basket there as they grab a 3-point lead now.
Smith has scored 4 straight. Carmel has not scored in over 5 minutes. Daniels, no space to get a shot off at the elbow. Entry pass knocked out of bounds.
Nothing easy in this game. My gosh, nothing easy. You know, from deflections. You know, right now we've got double digits combined in turnovers by each team. I got each 5 and 5 right now.
Gilliat returns for Fairs. Cole freed up on a screen, missed the shot. Got pump fake to get loose. Cole got his rebound a second time, and Sabank with a good strip.
Had 2 good looks at it. 0 for 4 now, Cole shooting.
Gilliat back at the controls. Baker Lands in the corner. Smith gets by the clear out and takes it to the rim on the soaring two-hander. 6 straight for Noah Smith.
Just token pressure. Carmel got the ball in bounds there. Now here's the matchup now.
Daniels down the lane, fouled by Swafford.
Yeah, I like that take by him. Again, he's scoreless. He's coming off a game where he had 26 points last weekend against Westfield, including 5 of 7 from behind the line, but they've done a great job defending him.
So Cash Daniels goes to the line. Foul goes to Swafford. His first and the team's third. Tonight's game brought to us by Main Street Barbershop, a barbershop that's so good. It's named after the street that it's no longer on. Located on 116th and Keystone Parkway. Look for Christopher Walken's sign that tells you that the walk-ins are always welcome. Matt Stilger's Carmel's barber to the stars, but regular folks get their haircuts there too. Main Street Barbershop, a classic barbershop for the modern family. Free throw by Daniels. First one off the mark, second one's long. And a nice box out by Stead, who's just into the game.
Delancey Fant checked in during that free throw exchange.
First time we've seen Fant tonight, 6'2" junior.
Haven't seen Ben Bremer this quarter.
Got those 2 early fouls in the first quarter.
Thought they may have to go back for some offense here.
Vogt, no space. Fant wants a 3. Off the mark, and Smith grabs the rebound. Carmel has scored just 2 points in the quarter.
Reach. Oh, didn't call it.
And we've got what would be called in the NBA, loose ball foul. It's Evan Harrell's foul, his second. Team third. So Carmel had 2 fouls to give. That was one of them.
And I think they'll probably get Evan Harrell out of here with 2 fouls since it's a defensive possession. Quickly they're going to try to, and yep.
Yeah, Vince Nover will slip in, and Harrell will head to the bench.
Yeah, I saw that Carmel coaching staff say, he's got 2, and we got to get a stop here. Down 5, the Greyhounds. Barton back in with 2. He's got the basketball.
Played by Fant is Barton. Barton working out near the timeline. Has to be cognizant of the 5-second count. Baker Lands with 20 in the half, left in the half. Barton back with it. Carmel has a foul to give as Baker Lands operates with 10. Baker Lands to the bucket. Put it up, put it in, and a foul. Ho, ho, ho. How do you do?
Very well, Harper said. Nice right drive, and once you see the contact, he got the shoulders square at least to the baseline and the backboard. So typically if you get him squared back up, you've got a good angle on it, as Bremer does check in with 2 fouls for Carmel. But big basket, biggest lead. Well, it ties the biggest lead, doesn't it, the game? For them it's 7.
7, it does indeed.
Hey,
you've been paying attention.
Yeah.
That's well done.
I was an accounting teacher here at Carmel High School at one time, along with some other schools.
It's a 10-0 run, making an 11-0 run as Baker Lands knocks in the free throw. 29-21. Time for Carmel, however, 6 7/10 to be specific.
Well,
Plainfield does have a foul
to
give, however. Andy Weaver reminding his team of just that. Bremer gets it into Fountain. Now Bremer up the floor. Nover for 3 over the rim. Rebound by Vogt, and Swafford blocks the shot. What a defensive performance by Plainfield in this second quarter. Carmel scores the first basket of the quarter. A three-point play, 25 seconds in, and then the Hounds do not score again.
Yep, that was their only basket of the quarter right there.
11-3, Plainfield outscores Carmel. 29-21 our scores. We head to the break. Back with halftime next on Mighty TV and the ISC Sports Network.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
Plainfield leads Carmel 29-21 as the Quakers outscore Carmel 11-3 in the second quarter. We'll go ahead and take another break. When we come back, we'll have more from Carmel after this on Mighty TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Yeah, whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Rob Brown, Pete Smith back with you here at Carmel High School as Plainfield leads Carmel 29-21. Plainfield scores the final 11 points of the quarter. Pete, quick summary of what you saw from both teams in that first 16 minutes.
Well, I know there's 50 points on the board, but both teams are really playing great defense. When they have got good shots, they've made them, but Plainfield's defense really turned it up the second half. Someone who hasn't scored for him, Trey Barton, has been great on Cash Daniels, holding him scoreless in the first half and just not giving Cash any opportunities.
29-21 our score. Plainfield on top by 8. We'll take a break and have more after this on Mighty TV.
You get this really close interaction, not only with the professor, you also get a connection with the other students.
It holds you accountable. You stay on top of your work and you show up to class, you put in the effort.
You're never gonna have a day where you're like, oh, I think I can get away with maybe not talking so much or maybe not doing this reading. There's really no option for that at Wabash because your professors know exactly who you are and they know exactly how to push you to make sure you're pushing yourself.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chillywater Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the IC Sports.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chillywater Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the IC Sports Network.
Well, as the entertainment continues down on the floor here at halftime, Plainfield leading Carmel 29-21. Leading scorer for the Greyhounds in that first half, Jamichael Fountain, Noah Smith, and Harper Baker Lands pacing Plainfield with 11 points each. Pete, some quick adjustments we might see for both teams here in the second half.
Well, if I'm Plainfield, I'm doing exactly what you did the first quarter. You've got first half. You have an 8-point lead. Just play good half-court man defense. Don't get in any foul trouble, and they have limited Carmel offensively to just three offensive rebounds, 2 in one possession, and 3 total. That was a concern for Coach Andy Weaver coming in, was can we rebound with them? And I think the loss of Aiden Dickerson is big defensively rebound-wise for Carmel.
We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll have Pete's favorite segment of the halftime show, the Wabash College Trivia Question. Back with more in a moment on the ISC Sports Network and Mindy TV.
We build kids up from the ground up. It's not so much about where you're at.
In most programs in Indiana, it's teams and it's games and it's teams and it's games.
They're playing in a bunch of games and not really having any type of system or structure to their routine, to their development, to their growth.
Trying to find more of a balance, more trainings, less games, skill development, basketball IQ.
Accountability. Once you walk through those doors, energy and efforts on you, the individual.
4 to 5 days a week, really trying to build a player that is prepared for going into their middle schools, going into their high schools and beyond.
You have objective criteria you have to meet to move on to the next class. That gives kids a sense of dedication to work to get towards something.
We're not here chasing rankings. We're trying to develop basketball players.
So you should not worry about getting ranked at such a young age.
We're going to push you to limits that you probably didn't know you can get to.
It's about the work ethic and less about the rankings and the notoriety. We want you to get a well-rounded basketball education.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Time now for our Wabash College trivia question. Little Giants in Ohio tomorrow to take on Kenyon tomorrow afternoon, looking for a sixth straight North Central Athletic Conference win. Speaking of streaks, Wabash has a good one going against the Kenyon Owls. How many consecutive times has Wabash beaten Kenyon? That's the question for today. A9, B11, C13, or D15?
I got to admit, I think it's probably C13.
It is 15.
Gosh, I was so close.
Yes.
15. I was so close because Kenyon just,
they've struggled.
An old buddy of mine, Dan Priest, was the head coach there for a number of years, and boy, they just couldn't do it.
They've struggled. The Little Giants are 47-13 all time against Kenyon. Look to add to that tomorrow. Schedule your visit to Wabash anytime when you log on to wabash.edu. We'll take one more break here in the halftime show. When we come back, we'll have first half highlights. We'll take up the start of the third quarter. Plainfield leads 29-21 over Carmel. Back with more in a moment.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
Man, if I meet Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry, guys. Got to take this. All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Our first half highlights as Plainfield leads Carmel 29-21. Harper Baker lands one of two double-figure scores. Julian Vogt got going early with 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. Second one really deep. But it was Plainfield in transition. 3-point shooting key, one of your keys, Pete. Both teams hitting 4 3-pointers. So of the 3 keys, that one pretty neutral. But the other 2 well in favor of Plainfield. Jermichael Fountain, really the lone offensive highlight for Carmel. Fountain with 7 points to lead the Hounds in that first half.
Yeah, Evan Harrell just has the 3 points to start that second quarter, but basically your 2 big scores in Daniels and Harrell, 3 points combined. So, you know, you're asking about changes maybe. You've got to get touches to those guys. You're going to have a heck of a matchup here between Baker Lands and Cash Daniels.
That
both
dunk
juniors.
by Harrell, the only field goal for the Greyhounds in the second quarter. Smith got going for Plainfield with 6 points in the quarter. As we come back to live action to start this third, Carmel with the basketball as each team operates toward its respective benches in the second half. Daniels, cross-court swing to Bremer. Hand checked and fouled as Bremer, and that's a quick third foul on Trey Barton.
Well, Bremer was part of the reason he sat almost the entire second quarter with 2 fouls. He came in right at the end, but he got off to a good start. He had 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting to start the game. He missed the entire second quarter, basically.
Barton heads right to the bench as Stead is on in Barton's place. Harrell beats Smith to the offensive glass. Kick out to Vogt for a big 3.
Yep, an offensive rebound, a rare offensive rebound. Only the 4th one for Carmel in the game.
Plainfield won the first half rebound battle, one of your keys, Pete, but Carmel gets the offensive rebound and a big bucket to start the second half.
Yes, it was.
Daniels pull up from the elbow, good.
Well, he had a great second half. He didn't score very much against Westfield in the first, but came back with, I think, 19 in the second. So he's off to a good start here with a 2-pointer.
Carmel high energy to begin quarter 3. Already have scored 5 points. That's 3 more than the Hounds, or 2 more than the Hounds scored in the second quarter.
Surprised Carmel didn't shut down that passing lane when Smith picked the ball up so far away.
Swafford, dribble hand to Baker Lands, gets it back. Hook pass deflected and stolen. Fountain anticipated that delivery and was all over it. Harrell picked up by Swafford on the mismatch, and Plainfield's trying to pass Harrell off to Smith, but Swafford caught on an island out there defensively. Harrell, the jump hook, capitalizes. And that's a great job by Harrell, Pete, to never go back to Smith's side of the floor.
And that is his favorite shot, that little jump hook. And Coach Andy Weaver of Plainfield calls timeout there as you see the Greyhounds going back to their bench. Take a look here. Yeah, he doesn't get any closer. He goes, I'm taller than Chase Swafford. This is my little, in the bank shot where counted almost every time here as you see the Greyhounds picking up some steam.
So Carmel with a 7-0 run out of the halftime break, right back in it. Down only 1. Brady Laurie has been serving the citizens of Marion, Johnson, and surrounding counties for over 25 years. If you or someone you know is in criminal trouble or has been injured, make the call to Brady for a consultation. Let Brady put his negotiating skills and courtroom experience to work for you. Call 317-250-7783 or email bradyjlaurie@gmail.com. Brady Laurie, your criminal defense or personal injury trial lawyer.
No changes here out of the timeout. I think just Coach Weaver just said, settle down here, get a shot. They just turned the ball over. They're only their 6th of the game. But first here in the second half, and Barton runs the offense for him. It was going to be a backdoor play to Baker Lands. And I'm not saying Daniels gave up the foul, but he probably saved the back door because Lands was setting that up pretty good.
Baker Lands looking for Smith on the cut. Now Smith flares to the corner. Smith backing Harrell.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't take that drop step the other way. He got in there pretty deep.
Gilliatt drive and kick.
Noah Smith, you got to move. Just kind of stood there.
Gilliatt,
which is rare for him, excuse me.
Gilliatt resetting. Tried to force it into Barton. Daniels got a hand on it. Boy, you don't see Gilliatt force a pass somewhere very often.
No, but out of that timeout, they had a backdoor set up, and I think that's what Coach Weaver's message was and his staff was. They were playing the passing lanes, look for backdoor opportunities.
Baker Lands has the shot blocked by Vogt.
Whoa!
Great bounce ahead to Harrell, who beat his fellow big man Smith down the floor, and Daniels put that pass right on the money.
Now, what a start for them. 9-0 run for the Greyhounds here to start the third quarter.
And grab the lead. Our 5th lead change of the game.
I think you got to get Smith a touch here.
Close to a full house here tonight at Carmel. Gym about 90% full. Lob in deep to Smith, trying to twist into an angle, and Smith can't find it.
No, he didn't get squared up. Harrell did a good job.
Daniels jitterbugging, trying to find an avenue to the rim. Instead, hands to Harrell. Brimmer. Skip over to Fountain, who climbed the ladder to get it.
He did. He's got long arms.
Yes, deceptively long arms. Usually plays to his advantage on defense for Fountain. Brimmer at the volleyball line.
Yeah.
Daniels picked up by Gilead on the switch. Bremer run off the line. Vogt wants a three, fades into one off the rim.
Pretty good look.
Shoot off the dribble very often, though.
No, pretty good look, but you're right. You called it. That wasn't one of his most key moves that he makes.
Vogt more comfortable on a catch and shoot. Gilead. Oh, what a great find back door to Baker Lance for an and one. Gilead was just waiting for Baker Lance to make that cut. And when Baker Lance did, Gilead delivered the pass. Baker Lance so good at drawing contact and finishing into the contact.
Great left-hand pass there, too. Yeah, absolutely. Nice play. We've seen that a lot because they run that backdoor stuff, particularly when you're playing a good, aggressive, in-your-face defensive team like Carmel does. So as you take a look at Coach Weaver. Speaking of coaches real quick, just a quick mention. We lost a great one this week. Coach Jack Colescott, Indiana Hall of Famer, 1997, I think, or 87. I mean, coach has been there so long. The former Marion High School coach, UIndy Hall of Famer, passed away in 95 great years. And our thoughts and prayers are to the family, to Dave, who I've known. His son was Mr. Basketball at Marion High School in '76.
Smith's three goes over the top. There's a personal angle for me there, Pete, because my mom grew up in Marion. I had cousins that were at Marion during that championship run in the mid-'70s.
Yeah.
And spent a lot of time in Marion as a kid. So,
Gas City native, 3-year letterman at Gas City in high school, and just a wonderful ambassador for high school basketball and a legend in Grant County and in the state. A rare Greyhound turnover.
Smith, aggressive, wanted that shot, but couldn't get it over the front rim. Pace is picked up. Harrell, jump hook, good.
Well, Harrell's beating him down the floor. You mentioned it 2 plays ago. Smith not getting a call or two, and he's not getting back, but boy, Lance gets down the floor, doesn't he?
Baker Lance having a big night, 16 to lead all scorers. You mentioned that jump hook, Pete, though. That's become kind of Harrell's pet shot.
It's kind of like Trey Kaufman-Renz. It's just that little short flick.
Ryan Osborne would like a timeout, a full timeout. Full timeout, we'll go ahead and take one as well. 2:52 to go. The pace has quickened. Plainfield's up 2, 34-32 in this third quarter. We'll step out and come right back to Indiana High School basketball on Mindy TV.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chili Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the IC Sports Network.
Back here at Bill Shepherd Court, you take a look at Josh McRoberts. I got the honor to coach Josh as a youngster. An unbelievable player here at Carmel High School, arguably as good as they are. There he is when he's played during his 11-year NBA career.
That's a throwback photo right there.
A throwback. Josh had a lot of hair when he played there. Now he's covered up by Coach Osborne, but great to see him give back and be a varsity assistant here at Carmel High School in his retirement years from the NBA, and expecting his first child here next week.
That's
really
great.
excited for
how
Josh.
about that?
We may talk a little bit later about that if we get the opportunity, but good block shot there, and here come the Quakers, Rob.
Up 2. Baker Lance, who has 5 in the quarter. Barton's back in, handling the basketball, playing with 3 fouls. We're inside 2 minutes and change to go in the third. Smith straight away, got it.
There, got him back to. I've been waiting for a good touch. He's had a couple looks and didn't play through contact on him, but that time that looks like Noah Smith right there.
Daniels, a tough drive, falling away. Couldn't find the angle. Gilliatt, cross-court swing to Baker Lands, spotting. Well, you give Harper Baker Lands an opportunity to square his shoulders and set the feet.
Yeah, this is going to be a 30-second timeout now. Where is Cash Daniels? See, he's trailing the play, and he's guarding him. So Daniels is at the other floor kind of asking the officials, did I get fouled down there? He didn't run back, and Harper makes him pay.
Now, the Indy Thunder are Indiana's premier beat baseball organization, which gives blind and visually impaired athletes a chance to compete at the national and international levels. The Thunder are now 6-time World Series champs, including a perfect 26-0 season in 2025, and looking for sponsors, volunteers, and even players for their 25th season coming up. Contact Darnell Booker at 317-370-7231. You can watch the Thunder anytime by logging on to the iscsportsnetwork.com. Great crew working with us tonight. Charlie Hammock, our director, heading up a fantastic crew of Kyle Donlin, Dalton Cox, Eric Connect, and Daryl Tibbs.
Carmel started the quarter on a 9-0 run, but Plainfield's kind of settled the storm and now has got this lead back up to 7. They led it 8 at halftime. Okay, so Plainfield's gone to that 2-3, almost like a 3-2 zone, and Bremer gets a shot deep, misses, and Barton gets the rebound. First time they played zone the whole game here, Rob.
Baker Lands gets all the way to the rim, and it's a 10-point quarter for Harper Baker Lands and a 9-point Plainfield lead.
Okay, so it's like an adjusted 2-3 with a point on it. So Baker Lands will take anybody at the top. So call it a 3-2, 1-2-2. Basic thing is that they kind of match up to where the players are, and if they don't, they'll slide over and look like they're in help side defense if you're playing a good man defense.
Andy Weber is almost the 6th defender on the floor, as at the other end in front of the Plainfield bench, Weber's out there waving his arms and directing the defense at the far end.
I thought that was going to be a heat check there for a second.
He thought about
it.
Baker Lands points at the clock and said that would have been too early a shot.
He's right.
He's a veteran. Baker Lands, Gilliatt, big step into the goal, wanted that cross-court pass. It went off the bottom of the backboard, but before it hit the bottom of the backboard, Vogt deflected the basketball. Ryan Osborne is asking for the officials to huddle up and make sure that that was indeed the case.
I think they got it right, though.
Rob Wan, though, was right there watching the path of that pass. Now Plainfield will...
They'll be patient here. They'll be patient. They'll run around a few times. I would get Smith another touch if I could. There's the backdoor cut and the seeker play.
Turnaround Smith. Got a good look, but long off the back of the iron. Fountain heaves from just inside the timeline and hits the front of the rim. And the Quakers close the quarter on a 9-0 run to break away from a 32-all tie. Plainfield will take this 9-point lead, outscoring Carmel 12-9 in this third quarter. 9-point Plainfield advantage, 41-32. We head to the final 8 minutes on the other side of this break next on My Indy TV.
Looking for the perfect place to celebrate? Look no further. Grindstone on the Monon has it all. Indulge in our exceptional cuisine and handcrafted cocktails. And for that extra touch of magic, enjoy our enchanting outdoor area, complete with a cozy fireplace. Make every occasion special at Grindstone on the Monon, located on Wheeler Road in Westfield. Cheers to great times and great food.
Rob Brown, Pete Smith, back with you here at Carmel High School. Harper Baker Lands with a 10-point quarter, has 21 points to lead all scorers. Meanwhile, 9 points apiece for Julian Vogt and Evan Harrell.
They scored 10 of their 12.
Plainfield with the basketball.
Now, this is always something I've thought this year is we've done Plainfield. I've watched Plainfield. I've watched them just dismantle Guerin Catholic over in Lawrenceburg. But when they get a lead, can they play with a lead against a really good defensive team? Can they ice it that long and still continue to take good shots? You got to be aggressive. You'll take layups. You'll still got to play. But you got a team that really gets after it. And Chase Downs is going to get his second foul, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
Cash Daniels to foul, his second. Team's first. This 9-point Plainfield lead, its biggest of the night.
Just a little surprised they got Chase Daniels on Baker Lands just because of his height advantage. As they're trying to post Lands up, there's a backdoor cut, and they're going to call an offensive foul and a push-off on Baker Lands. I was looking for the push-off there. I bet you our camera crew has it. As you mentioned, they're doing an outstanding job. But the backdoor was set up there, and Baker Lands was going backdoor towards the basket, and he kind of pushed off to get that extra step on Daniels. So Daniels wins that one defensively. And again, 1-2-2 half-court zone now. Quakers are going to say we're going to match to your shooters and not let you drive on us. Daniels said, I can drive.
Cash Daniels killed the dribble inside the foul line. Harrell, left hook, couldn't find the mark, and Swafford digs out the rebound.
God, that was such a good shot, though. Gosh, that was such a good shot.
Gilead jumped, made the pass, and Plainfield contending that pass was deflected. But it will go back to Carmel.
We got it. Yep, it was deflected.
Ooh.
Yep. Cash Daniels on the deflection.
So Carmel trailed by 8 at halftime and then began the third quarter with a 9-0 run. Vogt fakes, shoots, hits.
Boy, that was a good solid move because Landon Gilead ran him off the line and he was sharp enough to not travel on the pump fake. Big three-pointer there.
4 3-pointer for Vogt. Baker Lands, drives and scores.
And I think he's got a Charlie horse or a cramp. He's going to stay back on defense.
It's 5-on-4. Baker Lands is still back. Nover's three is short. Back tap
Now
is
they'll
run
stop
down
the
by
game right
Brenner.
here. Yeah, now they'll stop it.
Play is stopped.
Yeah, on the shot he went up, Rob, it looked like he had a Charlie horse or a cramp. I'm hoping that's what it was and nothing else. As you take a look at the athletic trainer. I walked in with her tonight. She was just on the screen with her husband. I walked in with her tonight. She had this big basket. I thought, or big, one of those rolling carts. I thought, is she the official tonight? No, she had all the training gear.
Yep, all the training gear. So the athletic trainer. That's Kathy Matthews.
Good.
The athletic trainer.
You know everybody. Good job.
Taking care of Harper Baker Lands over on the Plainfield bench. And Isaac Stead will return for Plainfield.
Stead at the point now at the top.
Carmel has not scored since Plainfield went to this zone. That was at about the 3-minute. I take that back. Carmel has scored 1 field goal since Plainfield went to the zone. Middle of the third quarter. Daniels open for 3. Missed it.
Nover
the offensive rebound. Bremer leans into Smith and draws the foul.
Ooh, yeah, he initiated that contact. You see Chase Daniels found a wet spot on the floor there, but yeah, good.
The lone field goal since Plainfield went to the zone was the 3 that Vogt hit moments ago. So that foul goes to Smith.
Really liked the season Ben Bremer had. You know, Alex Couto got hurt last year early in the season. Ben was moved to point guard out of necessity. Had a tough year sometimes because his strength is shooting the ball from the outside, but he has really rebounded this year and has played under control, gotten the ball up the floor. He doesn't have to worry about bringing it up now that Chase Daniels and Jermichael Fountain usually play the point. And he knocks down both free throws. Those are only the first 2 free throws that Carmel has had made. They've only attempted 3. Daniels got fouled on one earlier. And
well, Harrell made one in the second quarter.
Oh, he did. Yep, I see it.
But that's the first ones of the half.
Yes, first ones of the half. Thank you. Okay, full court pressure now by Carmel, looking for a trap situation. If they get too close to each other, that meaning the ball handler and the receiver, and they didn't. Keep it spread. If you're Plainfield, keep it spread. Oh, there's a screen, nice screen, and Daniels just plowed through that.
Yeah, Cash Daniels pushed Swafford through that screen. That's the 3rd foul on Cash Daniels. Team's second. 5:06 left. Plainfield on top by 6. Gilliatt, Barton out to Swafford.
Barton knew better. Just not his area there, being 5'8". He was close to a travel. Kept his pivot foot down though.
Plainfield will be deliberate with the 6-point lead. Barton, great bounce to Smith.
Great possession, boy, they just got patient. Somebody fell asleep. Got the layup.
How difficult is it, Pete, to defend that long and keep your attention span locked?
It's hard. I mean, it's just not a gloriful thing, but for a Ryan Osborne coach team, they usually do a great job of it.
Daniels, no space to shoot over the size of Smith.
Oh, he had
Tried
Nover.
to find Nover in the back door. Nover stole it from behind of Smith. Now Nover tries to reverse, and Smith turns it away. Harrell passes to Nover. Nover reverse up and in. Nover stuck with it.
He did.
And is rewarded with a basket.
20 seconds earlier, that was the pass they were trying to get, and it was knocked away, deflected, and finally it helps. And Harrell picks up the foul in the run and jump defense as they have cut the margin to 6 points right now. Quakers in the lead, but they're going to come in with a lot of run and jump defense, Rob.
That's the 3rd foul on Harrell. 3rd on the Greyhounds.
Bremer back in.
Bremer is indeed back in.
Neither team going too deep into this one, and got a quick timeout call by Coach Weaver. Didn't like what he saw, and this also gives Baker Lands a little bit more time maybe to get himself back in the game from that Charlie Horser cramp.
3:59 to go. We'll take a break as well. 45-39, Plainfield on top. We're back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network and Mindy TV.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the ISC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
Well, with a dedicated Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent like Nathan Begley to help guide you through the insurance process, you'll never have to go it alone. Talk to Nathan in person, online, or over the phone at 317-507-7871, or stop by his office at 9821 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Nathan Begley and the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's insurance together. There's another foul on Bremer.
And he was out of 3 to 3.5 on the 5 count of trying to get a turnover on that. Just got a little bit too close, so you see them both joking about it. You know, these guys know each other from so long of AAU basketball nowadays. It's just such a different world. When I was growing up, we went to other towns' parks and played.
Yep.
We go to Logansport, we go up to Plymouth and play. Growing up in Rochester, now it's all organized with AAU basketball, so they get to know each other extremely well. Oh, good back cut there. And Harrell does a good job. He never gives up on it. If Smith holds his block, he's going to get it, but he lost a little bit of contact, and Harrell with a good job of keeping the ball out of Smith's hands in that particular situation.
Significant on that Bremer foul. It's team 4 for Carmel. So the next Carmel foul, as Nover held his ground and took it away from Gilliatt. Nover with the steal and finish.
All 4 of his points here in the fourth quarter. Vince Nover, the 6'3" junior, he's been a super sub off the bench for him, at least in another game earlier this year. I remember he had a great fourth quarter against somebody.
It's a 4-point game. He's gotten the crowd back into it.
Oh,
Swafford tried to throw it cross court, and the pass ricochets off the side of the board. Bremer with the finish, and it's a 2-point game. Andy Weaver wants time.
Well, that was an interesting.
Oh boy!
Everything transpiring the way that happened right in front of the Carmel bench. Take a look at it. When is the timeout recognized? And there you see the contact between Bremer and Landon. But a timeout had already been called or granted by somebody, so no foul, no steal, no fake.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Plainfield the basketball in a 2-point lead. Quakers led by 9 going into this final quarter. Carmel won the JV game earlier tonight in relatively easy fashion, 57-36. Both of these teams will be in action tomorrow night on the road. Carmel will be at Columbus North. And another tough challenge for Plainfield tomorrow night, taking on one of the top 10 teams in 3A as Plainfield travels to Brazil to take on a very good Northview team that played in the Hall of Fame tournament. Currently ranked 6th in 3A is Northview.
And the only loss of the season by Plainfield is to a 3A team, the Silver Creek Dragons of Brandon Hoffman. That was in the championship game of the Ray Furnish tournament over in Lawrenceburg. Now let's see what Coach Weaver said during this timeout. We're still trying to attack the rim probably. Meet all passes. We get fouled. We're going to shoot free throws. Make your free throws. Good choice. Couldn't get underneath Harrell. Good job by Evan.
Gilliatt out between the circles to the baseline.
He's out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds. Harrell came over to help double team, and between Daniels and Harrell, they forced Gilliatt to the baseline deep, and the turnover gives the Hounds a chance to tie the game or grab the lead with a 3.
Yeah, Hounds are playing offense, defense. That was a great defensive stop, highlighted by Jamichael Fountain. Now the other end, in comes Julian Vogt, who has 4 threes in the contest, and a 3 would put the Hounds ahead. And Plainfield's going to stay in their zone, 1-2-2 zone. That's why Vogt's in there.
Plainfield with 6 3-pointers, or Carmel with 6 3-pointers rather. Plainfield with 5. Inside 2 minutes to go, 2-point game. Daniels looking for space in that zone. Harrell finds Daniels, who knifed in, missed the layup, and we've got a foul on the rebound called on Plainfield. A non-shooting situation, however, against Barton. That's Barton's 4th.
Okay, there, yeah, see Barton push.
Yeah, Barton put a push on Nover.
Nover, yeah. Nover did a good job of seeking that offensive rebound. Daniels missed the bunny there. Got in a little tall traffic. Back pick.
Plainfield had fouls to give, however, so Carmel no shots, as that's only team foul 3 on the Quakers. Inside 100 seconds. Daniels sidesteps Barton and ties it up. We're all tied up. 4th tie of the night. 90 seconds to go.
Living up to its billing. I thought this was going to be a great one.
I thought the score was going to be 65-65, but we've got a teeth-gnashing grinder here. Smith, no space to shoot, back out to Swafford.
Good choice, didn't force it there.
Barton got an avenue to the goal, he scores. One at time for Trey Barton's first 2 points of the night.
Only guy on the floor that hadn't scored hit the big bucket there with 1 minute to go. Here we go.
2-point lead. Daniels No space. Over to Nover. Back to Daniels. Daniels spinning, twisting, flipping, spun off the rim. Nover fighting for it with Swafford. Swafford's got the ball, and more significantly, that's team foul 5 as Carmel's over the limit. So Chase Swafford will shoot a couple of free throws here with 37 and change to go.
These are the first 2 free throws. No, Baker Land's got 1 in the third quarter. This is only the second and third free throw of the second half for Plainfield. It's been a really clean played game.
Swafford's an 80%er, but just 4 out of 5 on the season. So we're in small sample size theater territory with Swafford, but knocks in the first to make it a 3-point lead. Second one would make it a 2-possession lead. Carmel has 2 timeouts remaining, both fulls. Second one's long. Hounds could tie with a 3, but a lot of time left. Ryan Osborne wants time. It's a full timeout. That's all he's got left. We got one more break to hit, so we'll go ahead and do that right now. 35 seconds to go. Carmel down 3, 48-45. We'll step out for a break and come right back. The drama continues from Carmel next on My Indy TV.
Man, if I beat Braden Smith and Pig, he's never going to live that down.
Dude, don't get your hopes up. Hey, Adam, it's your turn.
Oh, sorry, guys. Got to take this. All right, Braden, go easy on me.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
I guess for every hour, there really is Banks and Brower.
Whether it's criminal, family, personal injury, or immigration law.
You can call them anytime. Sorry, got a call.
Sorry.
Rob Brown, Pete Smith back at Carmel High School. Carmel with the basketball down 3. Okay, Pete, what does Ryan Osborne tell his guys in this timeout? Down 3.
Well, they wanted to see what the defense is. They've gone back to man, take the first quick basket. And they did. First quick basket. Cash Daniels scores in a quick timeout by Coach Osborne. That was a big basket. Just isolated the smaller Barton on that. You know, they started the third quarter with Baker Lands on Daniels. Barton did a great job the first half, but Baker Daniels hasn't scored since he had the cramp early in the fourth quarter. He sat out, missed a minute or 2, came back in, but so they put Barton on Daniels, and Daniels took him to the rim and scored.
Full timeout called by Plainfield. We used up all of our breaks here in game, so we'll keep it here. Let's do a game reset. So Plainfield has a foul to give. Carmel's out of fouls. Possession arrow favors Carmel. Timeout situation, Carmel has 1 full timeout remaining. Plainfield has a full and a 30. So that's our timeout situation. Our score is Plainfield 48, Carmel 47.
You know, they ran that so fast, I was getting ready to say, you take your first good look because there's still plenty of time, and because Plainfield has a foul to give, they're not going to be too aggressive. So, you know, until like late in the quarter. So they still have that foul in their back pocket here that they can give. But the first thing they need to do is break the Carmel full court pressure. Looks like it's going to be man-to-man, face guard a little bit. Yep, they're going to guard the guy out of bounds and then probably trap the first pass in. Here comes the trap with Bremer. Rotate, Daniels rotates back.
25 seconds to go. Plainfield leads by 1. 20 seconds left. Plainfield up 48-47 as Barton is fouled. 48-47 our score. 20 seconds to go. Our graphic is down right now, so I'll talk you through that as Barton shoots 2. Plainfield's over, or Carmel's over the foul limit rather. That foul went to Cash Daniels, his 4th. Trey Barton shoots 2. Barton is a 70%er. 7 out of 10. First one short.
Shot that one a little quick. Needs to take his time a little bit more. Get that ball up in the shooting pocket, a little higher pocket.
1 point Plainfield lead, 48-47. 20 seconds to go. Barton, second one good.
Nice job.
2-point game.
Okay, again, one foul to give before they send him to the line. Daniels going to drive him again.
Daniels into the lane, down 2, flips it up, it's spun off.
Oh, there's a
Baker
foul.
Lands is fouled with 9.9 to go. What a great look by Daniels, and it spun off to tie the game. Harper Baker Lands with a traffic rebound with 9.9 left and Plainfield up 2. That foul is on Harrell, his 4th. So Harrell and Daniels each with 4 fouls. Take another look. That's to tie the game.
Great look.
And it just skips off.
Yeah, good foul by Harrell. That is 4, as you mentioned, on him.
Harper Baker Lands shoots 2. Baker Lands is 4 for 4 tonight, and his first one is no good.
He's not quite looked the same since he had the cramp early in the 4th quarter. He's trying to work it out right now at the free throw line there even. But you got to have him on there, the junior all-star.
Our graphic is back.
Hey, there we go.
9.9 seconds to go. Plainfield up 2. Baker Lands hits the second. Carmel does have a timeout remaining.
But instead, Plainfield's going to set their defense. They called timeout before Vogt brought the ball in bounds.
Plainfield has 2 timeouts remaining. Full timeout. They had Plainfield had both a full and a 30. So the Quakers were opt to use the full. So now Plainfield has a foul to give.
Right.
So
I would give it at about 4.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
So if you've got a foul to give, if you're take a look into Andy Weaver's huddle, the Plainfield side, Andy Weaver in his 14th season at Plainfield, 32nd season as a varsity head coach, 412 wins. I know that ages you terribly, Pete.
Well, it does. I remember Andy playing at Clinton Prairie.
In the early 80s?
Yeah, head basketball coach at Pioneer High School in Cass County, where Ryan Osborne played basketball at Logan Sport High School, and then he got a program going at Western and then got the chance to come to Plainfield, and it was not easy. And he has hung in there and built an outstanding program now finally, and what a great year they're having. They're 9.9 seconds away from a huge road win.
There's Ryan Osborne, winner of 2 state titles, 2019 and 2021, in his 9th year here at Carmel.
Also knows Hendricks County a little bit because he came from Avon as an assistant to the Carmel system when Scott Hetty brought him in. And okay, so full court pressure put on here.
Plainfield has a foul to give, so you would give it around 4.
I would give it around 4. I would even trap the first pass if he wanted to. Here comes Daniels.
Daniels into the forecourt, and Swafford wraps Daniels up near the timeline at around 7. Daniels was going full speed into the forecourt.
Yeah,
so
I would have trapped
wraps him up. Yep.
Just to see if I could slow him down a little bit at 2-2-1 or something like that. But
to be fair, however, slowing Cash Daniels down is easier said than done. So 7 1/10 to go. Carmel needs a 3 to tie.
Stead in on defense for Barton. A little bit taller look there for Plainfield.
Daniels fakes, has a good look, in and out, batted out. Brimmer one more to tie, no, and Swafford's got it, and that'll do it. Carmel got 2 pretty good looks at it. And Plainfield, with as good a road win as any 4A team has notched so far in this 25-26 season in the state of Indiana high school basketball.
Outstanding game there. Boy, what a great finish. They had 2 opportunities, as you said. What a great, great final here. 50-47 in favor of the Plainfield Quakers. Huge win. They move on to 13-1. How about that?
What a game here tonight at the Eric Clark Activity Center on the campus of Carmel High School. We'll take a break. When we come back, post-game show from Carmel's next on Miami TV and the ISC Sports Network.
At the University of Indianapolis, your education is just the beginning. Small class sizes means that everyone gets to know you, your goals, your dreams, and your vision for the future. UIndy empowers you with real-world, hands-on learning projects that transforms your potential into purpose. And it's just minutes from downtown Indianapolis, connecting you to our alumni network, internships, and careers. How's that for opportunity? So, are you in? Your future begins at the University of Indianapolis.
Hey, it's Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And each and every week in podcast form, video form from the IC Sports Network, we do Query and Schultz, brought to you by Bailey and Wood, the fine folks south side of Indianapolis, but serving all of central Indiana for the best mortgage rates.
And, of course, we record right here at Chilly Water Brewing Tap Room and our friends at Hoagies and Hops, 42nd and Boulevard, right here in Indianapolis. We're talking Colts, we're talking Pacers, we're talking Hoosiers, we're talking Boilers, and we're hanging with you.
We talk the tall and the short of it, right, is what we do.
Whatever, man. Every Tuesday night, 7:30, right here on the ISC Sports.
Rob Brown, Pete Smith back with you at Carmel High School as Plainfield outlasts Carmel by the score of 50-47 in a battle of two top 10 4A teams in the state of Indiana. Welcome you into the postgame show. Tonight's postgame show is brought to us by Banks and Brower. For every hour, there's Banks and Brower. By Galitco and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Learn more at IndianaWorkers.com. By LD Smith Plumbing, the big dogs of plumbing. By Nathan Begley of Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Let's insurance together. By Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out unrnkd.com. And by Wabash College. Schedule your visit today at wabash.edu. Well, Carmel outscores Plainfield 15-9 in the fourth quarter, but the Quakers did just enough, going 3 out of 6 from the foul line in the final 30 seconds. That was enough to keep Carmel at bay and win this one by 3, 50-47, as we revisit Pete's keys to the game.
Well, just saying, we said three-point shooting was going to be key. Plainfield made 6, Carmel made 5.
Fairly even.
Free throws, 11-14 for Plainfield, only 3 of 5.
Yeah, Plainfield plus 8.
And the rebound battle, Carmel did. I only had Plainfield for 2 offensive rebounds the whole game. I mean, so Carmel did the job on the rebounding, but the first 2 tripped them up.
Plainfield led in scoring tonight by Harper Baker Lands, who paced all scores with 23. Noah Smith also in double figures with 15. Julian Vogt, the lone double figure scorer for Carmel. Vogt hitting 4 triples in route to a team-high 12 points. Take our first break and only break here in the post-game show. When we come back, we'll hand out our player of the game and put a wrap on this one. Back in a moment from Carmel on MyIndyTV.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Jackson takes the handoff, throws the deep ball. He's got a man. Catch made. Rolling, has a man first down, the grab by Cyrus. Billingsley keeps. Billingsley spins away from the tackle, still going. Touchdown, Snyder.
Rob Brown, Pete Smith back at Carmel for the final time tonight. Plainfield defeats the Greyhounds by the score of 50-47. Many thanks to our great crew working alongside. Charlie Hammock, our director, heading up that outfit, alongside Kyle Donlin, Dalton Cox, Eric Connect, and Daryl Tibbs. Plainfield defeating Carmel for the first time ever. Quakers were 0-4 all-time against Carmel before tonight. The teams met in the 93 regional, and then each of the last 3 years have played in the annual series, but Plainfield notching its first win over Carmel with the 3-point victory tonight. We mentioned Plainfield will be in action tomorrow night at Northview. Quakers with the win tonight improved to 13-1. While Carmel gets its first loss, falls from the ranks of the undefeated. There were 5 4A unbeaten teams heading into tonight's play. Carmel drops from that group. Greyhounds will be right back at it tomorrow night at Columbus North. Let's turn our attention to our player of the game, brought to us by LD Smith Plumbing. No doubt who that is, Pete. That's Harper Baker Lands, who was pivotal in the third quarter. That 9-0 burst Plainfield closed the third quarter with really gave the Quakers breathing room to play from in front in the fourth, and Baker Lands had 10 of his 23 in the third.
10 of their 12 points in the third quarter and total, yes. So that was huge. You know, he even battled a cramp at the end to finish the game. Seemed right. Was that the one? Okay, I thought it was one of these drives there. But
yeah, right there.
Yeah, he went down hard and cramped up. But super game by the 6'4 junior. Had pretty good help, though, by Noah Smith. He had a pretty good game, too.
So our player of the game brought to us by LD Smith Plumbing. The big dog of the game, LD Smith, is the big dog of sewers and drains. At LD Smith Plumbing and Drains, they know a thing or two about getting dirty and keeping things flowing. Hats off to tonight's big dog of the game, Harper Baker Lands, with a game high 23 points for leading the charge to victory. Well, that'll about do it here from Carmel. Again, many thanks to our great crew working with us tonight. Tonight's broadcast has been a production of Mindy TV and the ISC Sports Network. Plainfield defeating Carmel tonight by the score of 50-47 to improve to 13-1 on the year. I want to thank you so much for watching. I'm Rob Brown on behalf of our entire Mindy TV crew, saying until next time, so long, everybody.
At Mulberry Telecommunications, it doesn't matter whether you play from home, learn from home, or work from home. We have you covered with fiber-fast internet. Whether you video chat to stay connected with friends and family, or operate a small business, you can do so with the reliability that Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet provides. From streaming video to regular web surfing, the possibilities really are endless. And that's a reason for all of us to celebrate. Packages start at just $49.95. Visit mintel.net to sign up today.
Jackson takes the hand up, throws the deep ball. He's got a man. Catch made. Rolling, throwing, has a man. First down, the grab by Cyrus. Billingsley keeps. Billingsley spins away from the tackle. Still going. Touchdown, Snyder. Got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the